Hello everyone. In the previous video we have discussed about the creation of this application where we could fill in the employee details and submit. Thereby we could notice that in SharePoint the data will be updated. Here in the SharePoint, this is my site. If I click on this employee details site, I'll be able to see multiple things over here. We could click on this site contents and we'll be able to see our list which has been created as employee info over here. I'll select this. Okay, here in the employee info list which we have created, I have created this 3 employee IDs where I have filled in the information. Okay, I'll go to the Power Apps. I hope you have understood how to create it and submit it in the previous video. Now we shall make some changes and understand how to create a gallery where we could view the information which we have submitted. Okay, this is my form. If I select the form, you could see that the form is selected. Okay, and here on the right side, if we could see this edit fields, click on the edit fields, we'll be able to see all the fields which are present in this form. Now for example, if I don't want attachments, I can click on these 3 dots and I could either move up or remove and select control. I would like to remove it, so I'll click on remove. Okay, here we have several fields which also could be added. For example, I could see this add field button. If I could click on it, we have multiple fields like created by, modified by, or even thumbnail, title, version number, and multiple things are there where if you want in addition to add those and reflect those here, you could add it. Just check it and add it. Okay, and if you want to add a custom data card, you could click on this add a custom card and you could add a card over here. Okay, I'll show it in a while. Now I'll just align it in a different way. I'll just minimize it here and I'll bring this new form button to the left side or anywhere where it is feasible. Here we have 3 columns, right? We could change the number of columns that it appears. Here on the right side we have something called columns, and where we have the numbers from 1 to 12. I'll select just 1 and you'll be able to see that my details it is aligned in a vertical fashion. Okay, here we have the submit button outside the form. Okay, if you want to include the submit button inside the form, what you need to do is select the form. If you are not able to select over here, go to the tree view here in the left side. Here you could select the form employees which we have created. Once you select form employees, the form employees will be selected. As I have mentioned, click on this edit fields, click on these 3 dots, add a custom card. Okay, once you add a custom card in the bottom right here, if you scroll down, you'll see that add a item from the insert pane. Let us click on the submit and do the control X. We could cut it and let us select the card and just paste it. Once you paste it, it will be the card will be selected, and you could just resize it according to the requirement. You could just minimize the size where it could be aligned accordingly. Now if you scroll down in the form, the submit button will appear once you go to the bottom. I hope this is understandable. Now here we have the new form button. If we publish, it will just function in the similar way. If I click on the new form, it will show me the new form and I could fill in the details. It will appear. Okay, now if I want to use the data and see the information which is present, I have something called as vertical gallery. If I search gallery over here, you could see multiple types of galleries like vertical gallery, horizontal gallery, and blank related galleries, and flexible height gallery. Here for now I'll show you vertical gallery, how it works. I'll select the vertical gallery, and this is the vertical gallery which we have received, and we could make some changes by connecting the data. Initially, if you see on the top, the items, it has the custom gallery sample where Power Apps provide us default sample values. I'll just remove it. Okay, let us connect with the data where we have created. I'll go to the add data and just click on this employee info, right? or you just type employee info, you'll be able to see the employee info details over here. Now in these details, I do not require this image because I don't have image information. What you could do is just select the vertical gallery. In the right side, in the layout option, okay, you have something called as image, title, subtitle selected over here. Instead of that, I just need only title and subtitle. I'll click on the title and subtitle. My gallery would be updated. Okay, now in the gallery we have different sections where a particular employee information is provided in a different places, right? Now you could select accordingly. While you run, you'll be able to see that you can select it individually. Now this, when you select this individual employees, the information is not populated here. We'll see how we could populate the information. Initially, let us little customize this vertical gallery which is created. Okay, I'll select this vertical gallery. I'll select this data card. I'll just select the center and little enlarge it so that you'll be able to see in a better way. And also, suppose that if I want to accommodate some other value, here I have first name, and suppose that I wanted to include the last name. Here if I like to add a last name in like in front of my first name, what I could do is I'll select the individual card. Suppose that this is my individual card. I'll select this. I'll go to insert, add text label. Once you insert text label, you'll be seeing that the text label will be added within the card. Okay, similarly, as you can adjust in order to showcase it in a better way, the position you could adjust, and it will be reflected correctly. Okay, you could even adjust it with your keyboard so that the values are appropriate, and you could resize it accordingly. Here, suppose that you want another field to be added, which is email ID. We could again select a text label. Okay, here we have this is this item dot full name. Instead of full name, I'll write email ID. Here you could see that our email ID is updated. Okay, I could just change the position so that it appears well. Okay, here we do not have a border. In the right side, we could apply a border where I could just increase the width of it, where it shows the outside border. Okay, here you could notice that a blue border appears in the complete way where it shows the information. So this is our vertical gallery. As soon as I select it, now suppose that I want the information to be populated in this form. What I need to do is I'll select this form, go to the tree view, select the form employees. I'll select this form. Now here, if you open the drop down, here you'll be able to see something called item. If you click on this item, okay, we need to change the values which are being selected over here. In order to mention it, here we have something called gallery 2 which is created, where when we have created the gallery, I'll rename the gallery 2 as gallery employees and hit enter. Here I'll select the form again. In the item, as we selected the item, here we'll write gallery employees dot selected. Here as soon as we have created this new form, we need to enter the details of new employee, and then we could submit over here. As soon as we submit, since we have changed the items of this form which is being created, if we select this, the particular employee details which is being selected, it will show the respective details on the right side. Even we could modify it and then submit it, the data would be updated in the SharePoint accordingly. Here since we have created a new form earlier, we need to update the new employee details and then submit so that it could reflect over here in the vertical gallery. As soon as we select one particular employee, you could see that the information will be populated as soon as we change the details in the item of edit form. Okay, here we could see that we'll select this multiple employee information, and we could see that the values are being updated, right? Now let us see something about search functionality, and let us understand how it works. I'll select this vertical gallery. I'll just decrease the size a little, and here we could bring in a text input. I'll click on this insert. I'll bring in a text input. Here we have this text input, and what I could do is I'll remove this text input on the right side. I'll remove this default text input, and in the third option we have something called hint text. Now suppose that I wanted to search based upon the first name as well as the email. What I'll write, search first name or email ID. So as soon as I enter this, here you could see that the information here will be populated, but as soon as I press Alt and click on it, the data would disappear, right? This acts as a search input. Okay, we'll go to the tree view. For this text input, we have the name as text input 3. I'll rename it as text search bar. Okay, now this text search bar, we could use it in order to filter the data in which is present in the vertical gallery. I'll select this vertical gallery. Okay, and here on the top you could see the items as employee info. Now this employee info is the details of all the employees which are present, but I would like to filter it based upon a particular conditions. So we have filter condition available here, which is filter. Okay, and in the first parameter as source we could write employee info, our list which is being created, and in the logical test you could write based upon the first name, email ID, department or any other conditions. Here I'll use one other function which is called starts with. Okay, this starts with function, it helps us to identify the text which is present in a particular column, and whatever we search in the text bar we could search based upon that. In the text, what I'll choose is the first name. Okay, this is my first name, and instead of putting it in double quotes, if you type first, here you'll be getting the data in the single quotes. You must select that, and then you could put a comma, and in the start you could enter this text search bar dot text, since it has to pick up the value of text. So this is a condition where as soon as I search the text input using the values of first name, it could identify. If I need to put multiple conditions, I could use or condition, which is double pipe, or I could just simply type or, and I'll just paste the condition. Here instead of first name, what I'll do is I'll take the email ID. Okay, and here I could close the parenthesis, and I could close the parenthesis of filter condition. So this is how we could write a filter condition based upon the search. For example, here I'll run it again, and if I search for first name as Pawan, here you could see that the first employee is updated. Suppose I type email ID, which is surya@gmail.com, right? You could see that the employee details are updated. So similarly, whatever the email ID or whatever the name you type, you could find the respective details based upon the search, right? Here we could see one more thing with respect to the function which we have applied. Like filter function, it has some drawbacks where while filtering, because we have this starts with. What if the user needs to search using a middle name or anything which is in between? So we have search function which could help us in filtering the middle name or finding out the search using the values which are in between. Okay, here in order to comment it out, I have this slash star. Here I'll have this star slash Okay, this is my comment where I could filter it out. Here I'll use the search function. Okay, I'll open the parenthesis, and here I have source, text, column, 3 parameters. Source would be my employees info, and text would be my text search bar dot text, comma. Here in the column, since I need to search based upon the first name, I could write first name, or if I want to search on the last name, I could write last name, or I could search based upon my email ID, right? I'll close the parenthesis, and it must work fine. Now either here you could search by first name, last name, or email ID, right? This is how it works for search functionality. I hope you have understood this vertical gallery. This is all for today. Thank you for watching, and we shall meet in the next video.